Everyone suffer from many things they faced in their life. Everyone has traumas. Everyone have sad memories. All of that. Everyone faced it, and everyone been through that, and it's fine and extremely natural. But the unnatural and the weird part is declining the help and thinking that you don't need it. Just because you are afraid of other people's judgment, you keep thinking that you're going to be okay and time will heal everything. I believe that everyone should do therapy. Therapy is supposed to be a must. People don't do therapy because they are afraid, and embarrassed, and they think that they have to be extremely crazy to do it. But no, you don't have to be falling apart to need therapy. And honestly, that's one of the biggest reason people avoid it. People avoid it, have like this weird dark image about it, that you have to be extremely nuts to do therapy. They think that therapy is for the people who have a problem, but everyone actually has a problem. That's life. But some people ignore the fact that because they think they were going to be okay. But even if you like deeply self-aware and you know everything, not everyone is going to actually know what's wrong with them deep inside. Everyone has like patterns they cannot see from inside. You cannot see your own patterns from inside them, like yourself. You cannot see it, and that's extremely, and that's I think this is why many people think that therapy is bad, because I got it all and I figured it out myself. But you cannot actually analyze what you are deep down really thinking, because sometimes deep down you don't even know what you're thinking about, and it shows in your behaviors, and you think that you are fine and you think that you are going to be okay with it, but it's not. That's exactly why therapy can be useful. No one actually know what they lack in, and sometimes even what's holding them back. You don't know what's holding you back, and sometimes you're like okay with it, but you don't know what is actually preventing you from doing these things or like feeling that way. You can't see your own blind spot very well. Imagine someone who constantly chooses emotionally unavailable people. Every relationship ends like in the same way. They think to themselves that they have bad luck. Oh, I am unlucky that this person was this and this, or like they did this and this to me, like the person that they in the past did to me as well. But like from the inside patterns, it feels like it bad luck from this person's perspective, from how they feel. They feel like they have bad luck with people, and they might be traumatized from relationship and never enter it again, because somehow they think that as well. But the really dangerous thing is that they might be thinking that they have bad luck not only with that, but with many things in life, because it's going to be evidence that is going to be built up. So every time something went wrong, they will think that they've had bad luck. So they basically created a problem that does not exist. But from this relationship, that this person is emotionally unavailable, and that person thinks that they have bad luck with people, because somehow they end up being with these type of people as well. An outside perspective from someone who is an outsider and someone who's expert in that will notice that you keep choosing the same type of person. You keep choosing the same type over and over again. And that's one of the biggest values of therapy. You can't easily observe yourself while you are being yourself. You can't do that. A therapist can sometimes see the patterns you are too emotionally involved to notice. Their job is basically to help you out. And somehow some people decline it. Many people decline that, and thinking that you have to be crazy and feel like this shame of saying that they even met a therapist, like they were like met or like go to them for like once. And don't tell me your friend said that, or like your family said this and this and this. Do not use people to analyze what's wrong with you. These people are not expertise. Do not depend on normal people. They are basically normal people. Expertise exists for a reason. They can help you. They can help you actually analyze what's wrong with you and what do you need. I was like this before for a long time in my life. Many people like in my family or my friends told me that I have an ADHD, and I thought deep down that I somehow have it. But sometimes I can be like extremely high maintenance, but I'm not like that all the time. But like, or like extremely distracted sometimes, and somehow they start to analyze me and tell me that I am actually like this. But once I start doing therapy, I told that to my therapist, and she told me no. She she did some like an exercise that I don't know what's it. It's her own way, and she told me that you don't have that. Imagine if someone actually used what their family and friends think about them as a way, and they think that they have this problem now. You will create a problem that does not even exist yet. Many people avoid therapy because somehow, like, you have to have these problems and everyone have them. So what's the point of trying to get rid of them? Everyone has them. We often normalize things because we grow up with them. You know, everyone has them. What's wrong with it? We grow up with that. What's wrong with that? Imagine it like this. Someone grew up in a house where everyone yelled. As an adult, they might say, my family wasn't abusive at all. We just argued loudly. This is like their excuses. They look at it like this. But then they enter a healthy relationship, okay? A healthy relationship. And that their partner raises their voice on them slightly. Their whole body panics. Their whole body will panic, and they might even do not realize that or understand that at all. They might even do not understand why like they have this reaction, because their nervous system learned that raised voice is basically a danger. This is why therapy isn't just about talking about like dramatic events. Sometimes it's about discovering, like, why do you thought this thing is normal? Because it was normal to me, but it's actually not normal at all. That's why sometimes you think you are okay with something until it's actually happened, and discover that you were never okay with it at all. Just because somehow you get used to it and you normalize it, but somehow when you faced it in a specific situation, you actually panic and like have this horrible reaction. And there is another point that extremely pisses me off, and it's everywhere. The word basically around you is constantly makes self-diagnosis incredibly easy. Everyone can diagnose what's wrong with you. You don't have to go to therapy. You just have to do this test so you can say and look if you have this specific sickness, if you have this specific disorder. What's wrong? This is especially relevant now. You see TikTok and you see these videos, 5 signs you have abandonment issues. The biggest signs that you have ADHD, and suddenly you have a psychological explanation for like your entire personality in like 30 seconds. That's nonsense. Some of these concepts are useful, do not get me wrong, but there is a danger here. Understanding a label isn't the same as understanding yourself. You might be thinking that you are in that label, but you are not. But somehow you understand it like this. You can recognize a pattern online and like still misunderstand why does it exist in you. Therapy helps you to understand how, like, why do you respond to this way? Why do you respond this way? Why do you think like this? And what can you do differently about it? How can you fix it? And I'm speaking about this because it's really dangerous. Some people out there be thinking that they have like weird disorders, but they don't have anything. Just because somehow they saw like a specific video about that and it feels like, oh, it really matches them. You have to talk to an expert to know what's wrong with you. And I'm speaking about like a really specific disorders, and there's nothing wrong with them at all, but some people think to themselves that they have these problems, but they are way far away from that. People are often more afraid of the judgment than the therapy itself. And I believe that's the main reason why people do not actually get it. We have like this horrible image about therapy, thinking to yourself like it's like this specific documentary, where is this specific serial killer go there because they're insane and they kill many people, and they are, but like you think that you are in the same level of craziness. That's why you decline help and you think there's something wrong with you, because you know you didn't reach that level of craziness and you will never reach it, so what's the point of going there? And you feel that this weird shame that you have this problem, but it's extremely normal. What's wrong? People actually do not speak about it because they have this shame of them being there. Someone might say, I don't want people to know I'm going to therapy, and it's extremely up to them. But the point is that you feel shame of saying that or even going there. But think about it for a minute. We don't hide going to the gym because our body needs maintenance. We don't hide going to the dentist because our teeth need attention. Yet emotional maintenance somehow feel embarrassing. It feels embarrassing to actually take care of it and saying that you actually do that, because people like associated psychological help with like something is wrong with me, I'm not okay. But we face many things in life and it's fine. This is how reality works. Needing help does not mean you are crazy. It means that you are human enough to have things you can objectively solve alone. People think that you have to go to therapy so your therapist tells you what to do. Well, it's correct, but not really. Because when you actually go to therapy and it comes from a person who actually do therapy till now, they tell you what's wrong with you and they explain the reason behind it and the causes and what's better to do, but it have nothing to make them like the person who control your life. It have nothing to do with that. It have nothing to that. It isn't supposed to make you depend on your therapist. The goal from therapy and the reason from going to therapy is basically to understand yourself well enough to eventually make better decision and actually being in a good track with yourself and doing good in your actual life, like in your own actual life. And the therapist, like that specific therapist that you booked, let's say for example, is not a replacement for the parent or your friends. They are not like that. I feel that this is weird. This is weird if some people did that, but like I'm not judging, but I'm just saying. But like, because the main reason for that is that they help you to develop the tools to become more capable of actually being ahead and being in control of your own self. So when you be in control in your own self, you can be control of what you can be in control of in your own life, so you can actually live the life that you want in the best way possible. And I believe that people were never fully okay. People aren't fully okay. We hear this all the time. People try to normalize really huge problems, like, and somehow you don't want to deal with it because you know other people have it too. What's the point of me fixing that? Everyone goes through that. But okay, that's not the point. And when I'm seeing, when I'm like, when I say that I don't believe that everyone is okay, I don't mean that you are secretly broken your entire life, or you are the one who has been betrayed and suffered from like your entire life. I don't mean that. That's unnecessary negative. But I mean that there is probably no final version of you that becomes completely finished. And what do I mean by this? When it comes to me, I did therapy. I I always thought that I fixed a certain problems on myself, but you know, a situation happened and I discovered that I actually fixed that part, thank God, alhamdulillah. But like another situation happened in another aspect, I didn't really fix it. So I'm trying to like fix like the whole thing again so I can live better. So if any negative emotion come to me, or like any type of distraction or anything that's going to basically hold me back or like take a joy from me, I'm going to be actually be in control of it. I can make the pain way less or even fade. You can be happy and still have wounds, successful and still insecure about many things, loved and still afraid of rejection, healed from many things and still struggling in life. That's extremely normal. That's the point that I'm speaking about. No matter how amazing you think that you fixed this thing about yourself, it's fine. You will face another situation that you will think that you didn't maybe fix this well. And it going to sound really crazy, but this is the best part. Facing specific situations that triggers you so you can know what's wrong with you, so you can try to get rid of this specific problem and actually face it. So next time when a problem comes to your own way, you know how to deal with it. You are in control of it. You don't know how to do, you know how to deal with it. You don't feel anything. When you get over something that you used to extremely feel horrible about, or let's say for example a breakup, and you see that specific person in public and you don't feel anything. Many people have been to that. This feeling amazing. That feeling is amazing. Therapy isn't not about reaching a magical state where you are never struggling again. Like you are never struggling again. Everyone struggles, including your own therapist. But it's about becoming more conscious of your patterns. Sometimes it's just something you learned and you have to unlearn, you know? Because we think that we have specific things about us that it was always correct, but no, these things might be not representing you at all, so you have to unlearn it. What's wrong with needing help? Do not decline it. It saves me so much time. I was a person who think that I'm going to be okay doing everything by myself. And this is when I actually wasted the most time, because I could be making the pain way less in a way short of timing. Do not decline the help at all. You deserve it. Thanks for watching.